I can reveal the men representing ECW as we seek a Royal Rumble victory: Adam Cole, Kenny Omega, Katsuyori Shibata, Tetsuya Naito, Andrade Cien Almas, and finally, Neville. We will have 2 qualifying matches added to the one we already have on tap for you. Tonight, Apollo Crews will take on Tyler Breeze. Apollo Crews is going to the Royal Rumble! McIntyre just pinned Rollins! All these hard-fought matches, all those top rope ventures, all those big moves he has to execute, all the punishment he takes, there may be injured ribs that Seth Rollins is dealing with. Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is ECW. I know. It's the show of the week. I know. You're all very glad that it has finally rolled around. And of course we know as well that the Royal Rumble is coming up. It is a short while away. Just basically half a week to go until we are there. And of course we know that ECW has plenty to discuss at that event as well. We of course talked about our Royal Rumble participants last week. We saw all bar one of them qualifying, and that one will be determined to open up this evening's action here tonight. Chris Jericho will go one-on-one against the man with the worst personality in the world, Minoru Suzuki, here tonight to determine who will be the final person in the Royal Rumble match to represent ECW. It's going to be a very prime opportunity for either one of these two incredible athletes, and I cannot wait to see that one open up the evening. There is no doubt about that one, but I also cannot wait to see what will close out the evening as well. We of course know that McIntyre is on top of the world right now. Last week he beat Rollins in that tag team match. He pinned the ECW champion. There is no way of ignoring it, sadly. Rollins isn't here tonight though, but I'll tell you who is: Drew McIntyre, and he's going one-on-one against Tetsuya Naito in the main event of the evening. Naito of course going to the Royal Rumble. He will be representing ECW. He'll be looking for that Rumble victory, but tonight he'll also be looking for a win over the #1 contender to the ECW Championship. That is all to come this evening, but we're going to start off the night by hearing from the leader of the British Empire. It's Neville. Neville was of course also involved in that tag match last week, involving himself, McIntyre, Rollins and Suzuki, and of course Neville was on the outside celebrating the victory when it happened. And there was no doubt in my mind the British Empire were on top of the world with everything that happened. But what are they going to say here tonight as we prepare to kick things off here on ECW? Neville is going to go right to talking about last week, saying, did you see the performance of a champion? Did you see the performance of the man who will reign in the era of the British Empire? The performance of Drew McIntyre. He beat the ECW champion with ease. And if you can do that last week, imagine what he'll do at 100% this Sunday. He knows Rollins isn't anywhere near that figure, and he knows that it's Neville who made sure that he isn't going to be anywhere near right there either. Of course, there has been discussion about Rollins' physical condition. We discussed it last week, and Neville continuing on to say that when Rollins loses the title at the Royal Rumble, sure, and McIntyre holds that title up, you will all be thanking Neville for what he did at New Year's Revolution. The number he did on Seth Rollins, how much he hurt him, and how much he is responsible for the reign of Drew McIntyre over ECW, and of course the reign of the British Empire to go with it. Alright, that's not going to happen. Neville, though, continuing on to say that the Royal Rumble itself is going to be a night for everyone to remember, especially the British Empire. Not only, of course, will Drew McIntyre win the ECW Championship, but either Neville or Zack Gibson are going on to win the Royal Rumble. They're going on to WrestleMania, they'll go for another brand's title, and they'll take that one as well. There is nothing stopping the British Empire from starting its conquest of this universe. And it all starts this Sunday at the Royal Rumble. And Neville closes it out by saying that this has been the warning for all to heed, to Raw, SmackDown, and especially to Seth Rollins. This is the days of freedom before the Empire comes your way. It starts with McIntyre at the Rumble, and it ends with a British Empire victory in that match itself. Then at WrestleMania, the Empire will rule, and they will reign forever. Certainly a very interesting observation by Neville, the way he's looking at things. He believes there is nothing stopping the British Empire from walking out with the gold and the success at the Royal Rumble. You know what? I think that's the first time this week I've heard someone come out and say they're going to win the Royal Rumble. It's pretty interesting to think of, that is, but here we go. It is time to kickstart action here on ECW, and there is Chris Jericho's chin, and there is Chris Jericho. My goodness, it's like a magic trick. Here is, though, the leader of the Four Horsemen. Jericho, of course, much like the British Empire, has some numbers to rely on in that Royal Rumble match, should he make it there. Apollo Crews, of course, is already there. So, very good stuff for Crews there. He'll be in action later on this evening against two very talented athletes in a triple threat match. If Jericho makes it, then yeah, himself and Crews could certainly oppose the duo of Neville and Zack Gibson. You know, Neville, of course, and Chris Jericho definitely, in my mind, have unfinished business. Of course, it was Neville who took out Jericho, making him miss 5 months of action with an injury. And there is no doubt in my mind that Neville will want... Jericho will want revenge on Neville the best way that he can. Even if he hasn't got his hands on it yet. Regardless of that, Jericho ready and raring to go in this one. He has got a tough contest to contend with. He has got a strong opponent he's got to deal with here. There's no denying it. But does Jericho have it in him to overcome Minoru Suzuki and be on his way to the Royal Rumble? Or will the man with the worst personality in the world be on his way towards his first Royal Rumble? It's very interesting to think about when it comes to Suzuki, well, basically just how insane the guy is, really. You know, that we saw him last week in the in the tag team match. The whole feud between McIntyre and Rollins, even though, of course, he is the bodyguard of ECW and ergo the bodyguard of Seth Rollins, he didn't really care for it. He didn't give a damn about it. He just wanted to hurt people. He slapped Neville so hard that Neville fell off his feet from the pain of it. Minoru Suzuki is just doing as he pleases. That's the reality of the situation, and he could well do as he pleases here tonight to move on to the Royal Rumble. Don't put it past Minoru Suzuki to be able to go that far. As I said, Rollins is not here tonight, so that means that the bearings of everything Seth Rollins related does rely on Minoru Suzuki. Even though Suzuki is in this Royal Rumble qualifier and not facing Drew McIntyre. We can gloss over that bit. It's fine, you know. I mean, I would have enjoyed watching Suzuki slap McIntyre over and over and over again. But it's not necessary. It's fine. Rollins will do just enough this Sunday. For those wondering where Seth Rollins is, he's taken some time to recollect. He's taken some time to find the right vision of mind ahead of the Royal Rumble. Rollins always has to do something like this, and you always have to do it if you want to be a champion. You've got to be in the right frame of mindset. You've got to be in the right physical condition as well. And Rollins is always concerned with every match that happens, with every day that surpasses in his reign, that anything can happen. A sudden injury can happen out of the blue. And Rollins does not want that to happen. And I don't want that to happen to Rollins either. And neither do you. Let's be real. You don't want to see Seth Rollins without that ECW title just yet. You know that's the case. You know that's the case. Even if you all think that you hate him. So here we go. We're ready to go here on ECW anyway. Jericho versus Suzuki. Last Royal Rumble qualifier. There is. That's it. It's done after this. No more Royal Rumble qualifiers will be coming our way. Which should be a very weird time indeed. And it really showed just how close we are to the Royal Rumble. Indeedy. I don't know about tight between the two there. Jericho trying to get a one-up on Suzuki, but, I mean, you know, best of luck with that one. Suzuki's probably going to find something to do to hurt you. You could probably have Suzuki in control in an armbar, and he'd probably still find a way to hurt you. Quick jab of the face there by Minoru Suzuki, however, was responded by the forearm by Jericho, and now he's the one in control here. Jericho going in alone as well. No horseman by his side in this one. Pretty interesting to take note of. I'm not too sure if I'd want to fight Minoru Suzuki by myself, I'll be honest. But there we go. Suzuki, oh! Slamming down on the leg of Chris Jericho there. As this one's getting underway between these two. Suzuki now just going to start breaking down the body of Chris Jericho. And look at these strikes now. Jericho trying to cover up, but there's only so much you could do there. Huge strikes from Suzuki. And this is why we say he has the worst personality in the world, because he just simply does. Takes the leg out from underneath Jericho and slams down on it again. The knee of Jericho not getting a very lucky time right now, and neither is his arm, to be fair. Suzuki closing down on it and dropping as well to go with it. The arm really getting tweaked from that one. Suzuki was looking for that slap, but Jericho found the counter to it. Up against the ropes now is Suzuki, going to get some forearms in the back for his troubles. But he completely caught the boot there, as easy as you like, and another dragon screw, and once again Neville's... no, not Neville. Jericho's leg is going to be in agony in the turnbuckle now. Suzuki went for the lariat to the back. Jericho able to find his way out of it. So too was Suzuki out of that hold, though. So too is Jericho. So back and forth counters coming our ways now. Suzuki, duck under. Oh! Knee right in the gut. Probably could have bruised a rib knowing how hard Minoru Suzuki hits. He's going after the leg again here. Sweeps the leg from underneath him and slams down on that knee, on the shin. Suzuki's enjoying this, you can tell. Sends Jericho into the corner now. He is in control of this match temporarily. And this is not how an arm is supposed to bend. That is not the direction an arm is supposed to go in, but Minoru Suzuki, simply put, doesn't care. He'll take the leg out of Jericho, but this time Y2J is able to read it. Can he get something with Suzuki here? Yes, he can. He can get a forearm in his face for his troubles. Oh, God. Body strikes, jabs, and a clubbing blow in the back there from Suzuki. Takedown to go with it. Jericho apt to cover up, but even then his arms are susceptible to the repeated blows of Minoru Suzuki there. Heavy-handed blows. Slapped him in the face. He just slapped Jericho in the face. Suzuki is loving this right now, and he has every reason to. Jericho may have come into this with a full head of steam following Apollo Crews' qualification into the Royal Rumble last week, but he is getting his ass handed to him by Minoru Suzuki right now. Good counter there, though, by Jericho. Northern Lights suplex. He'll connect with it. Even he knows there's no point in hoping for a cover, but he is going to try and get this crowd to cheer him on a little bit. Let's see how well that'll go for him. Shoulder tackle from Jericho. And another one. Jericho working with great speed right now. Suzuki throwing him up and over the top rope. Jericho, though, hung on, just like he'd have to do at the Royal Rumble. Should he make it? Great double axe handle. Jericho now lifting up Suzuki. Walls of Jericho. Walls of Jericho applied. Is this the move that'll send Chris Jericho into the Royal Rumble? Will Suzuki submit? He's crawling, trying to make it to the ropes, but even Suzuki's own power is enough to get him out of that hold. Double leg takedown again on Jericho. He covers up, but even then, he falls susceptible to the damage. Jericho's going to need to do something right now, and there it might be. Good counter for him there. Irish whip. Jericho could be in. Went for the back elbow, I believe, and missed on it. Drop kick there from Suzuki. And a much needed drop kick as well. Jericho counters Suzuki. Good timing. Running Bulldog comes after it. Suzuki could be in trouble here. Jericho might have been thinking about trying to get the... Oh, great counter. Great counter there from Jericho. But Suzuki right back onto things there. These guys going back and forth now. Jericho really recovering from earlier, where he was just victim of a beatdown essentially. Oh, but Suzuki has the arm. Suzuki has the arm here. And an elbow right down on it as well from Minoru Suzuki. That's going to do some damage on you. Jericho still fighting on, however. So too is Suzuki. Look at these two guys. Neither one letting them hit a move with a go behind. Uh-oh. Never mind. Suzuki has the arm. The madman has the arm. And he is doing damage to it. What a opening contest this has been here on ECW, though. These two guys desperately wanted to go to the main event, go into the Royal Rumble, go to the main event to WrestleMania to go along with it. Suzuki sending Jericho into the turnbuckle. Oh God. Oh my goodness, just kicking away at the legs here. Brutal work from Minoru Suzuki right now. Jericho's able to find his way out of it. Great counter from Y2J. Went for the code breaker. Suzuki countered it, and oh my goodness. Brought down on his knee. There was the neck. And the top of the back of Chris Jericho, and now there's nothing to protect him from the GSP. God-style pile driver connects. Suzuki finally connects with it. He had sorted out earlier. Jericho had countered him, but after countering the code breaker, Suzuki covers Jericho, and with 1, 2, and a kick out from Jericho. No Royal Rumble is on the horizon for Minoru Suzuki just yet. Chris Jericho is still in this one, but Suzuki has gone back to the leg there. Oh, and this is why. Look at this. Achilles lock. Achilles lock. He's done good damage on the leg throughout this match. He has been hurting the leg and the arm of Jericho, but still Y2J just cannot give in. Jericho doesn't know the meaning of the word give in. Codebreaker attempt again countered. And he goes after the leg again with a shin breaker. Suzuki pulling out a much needed counter for his hopes there of going to the Royal Rumble. And again he has Jericho. Lightning will strike twice. Here it comes. GSP again. It was brave to survive 1. It may be stupid, I think you'll survive 2. A second Gotch-style pile driver. Another cover from Suzuki. And with 1, 2, and... oh my goodness, Chris Jericho has a death wish. Jericho really has a death wish, it seems. Kicking out of another Gotch-style pile driver. Do you know who you're enraging? Minoru Suzuki not going to take too kindly to that one, and he's going after the arm again here. Going after the arm again. Jericho in deep trouble. How much longer can Jericho survive in this? Oh, maybe not longer. Maybe not much longer. Look at this. Armbar. Armbar applied on Jericho. Cross-legged armbar there, but Jericho is still fighting his way out of this hold. What an opening contest this has been from both men. Knee in the gut there from Suzuki. Counter from Jericho. Drop kick from him as well. Suzuki goes down. Jericho, if he can act fast, he might be in with something big here. Cover attempt. Maybe not the wisest thing he's gone for. There's 2 though, and a kick out from Suzuki at 2. But how much more can either guy give to try and go on to the Royal Rumble right now? This is only the opening contest of the evening. We've still got tons of action left on its way. But these 2 veterans of the industry, these 2 hard-boiled athletes just do not want to give up right now. Suzuki, though, has him in. Knee bar, knee bar, knee bar on Jericho. Tweaking it, yanking it the wrong way, and Jericho had no choice but to submit. The work on the leg had been done throughout the match, and Suzuki finally got his treat. The sweet feeling of a tap-out victory. There is your winner. Minoru Suzuki is going to the Royal Rumble. And that is a point well proven from the man with the worst personality in the world. Suzuki wins. Could it well be the case that with a Rollins retention at the Rumble and a Suzuki win at the Royal Rumble, the bodyguard of ECW and the man of ECW could be on their way towards greater success coming out of it on the road to WrestleMania? That may well be the case, but Suzuki will have to go through 29 other men in order to make that reality. Great opening contest, though. It's about time, though, that things slow down a little bit, because coming up next, it is Downfall in action. Well, after a very thrilling opening contest, it is time to move on here. And like I said, it is time for Downfall to be in action. They want to take control before the Royal Rumble, before their rematch against DIY. And they want to do it their own way. They want to make sure that the message is sent loud and clear. And I mean, I know it's pretty dark right there, but I do not see Wolf. I see Harper, I see Rowan, but I don't see Wolf anywhere in and amongst the ECW Tag Team Champions as they head towards the ring. for this tag team match here. They just wanted to be in action. They just wanted to hurt a tag team before the Royal Rumble, before their rematch against DIY. We saw Gargano last week saying that this means everything to them. These titles mean everything to them, and they will sacrifice everything in order to have those titles back around their waist. I saw that as admirable from DIY, I must admit. But will it be enough? Is admirability enough to walk out with tag team gold, especially when you're up against one of the most explosive tag teams this universe has ever seen, the current ECW tag team champions, and arguably the best tag team in the world right now based off of their current form. Downfall head towards the ring, ready for this one, ready to cement their legacy once again. I'm pretty sure they've already beat this jobber doer once before, but they wanted to beat them again to really assert the point that they are in control here. As DIY get their rematch this Sunday. I am left questioning where the hell is Wolf though in amongst all of this, and it's almost like Downfall don't care that he's shit. Maybe there's a reason why. I don't know. Well, regardless of it, we're ready to go here tonight. It's the big fiery hot pants boy in action again, and he's ready to go here. He's starting things off against Harper in this one. Actually, I don't think he's ready to go, but the $50 in his pocket might proclaim that he is ready to go indeed. This is, of course, all about Downfall, just as I said, sending their message to DIY before the Royal Rumble, making sure that DIY get the message loud and clear that they aren't taking those titles away from Downfall. There is no reason why Downfall wouldn't want to send this message. After all, it is DIY who are saying that this means everything to them, that they have to sacrifice everything in order to be the champions. So if that is the case, you know, how much of a point does Downfall want to send? How much do they want to try and, in their mind, ring it into the head of DIY that they aren't taking those tag team titles away? It's an important thing to think about, really. And it's something that we'll find out this Sunday if DIY has taken any kind of gold away from them. Ladies and gentlemen, as this match continues on, I'm receiving reports there's some kind of a scuffle going on backstage, and it's involving Wolf and a member of DIY. We've got a camera back there. We're going to go backstage right now. We've made it backstage here, and look at that. That's where Wolf is. Backstage. Victim of an assault from Tommaso Ciampa. And Ciampa taking full advantage here. Double underhook facebuster into the parking lot. Wolf is down. DIY are doing everything to get under the skin of Downfall. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, DIY really do mean it when they say this means everything to them. We just saw it backstage there. Wolf laid out, as is Mr. Hot Pants in the ring. The reckoning connects. The cover's made on him, and Downfall are going to walk out with a victory here just before the Royal Rumble. But at what cost, given what just happened to Wolf backstage? It is all falling apart here in ECW. Winners they may be, but at what cost, given what happened to Wolf backstage? And here they are! DIY charging from down that ramp and assaulting the ECW Tag Team Champions. They said this meant everything to them, and they are standing firmly by that claim. Jesus, DIY really stand by that point that this means absolutely everything to them and nothing less. I mean, you know, if you want to go about it that way, then I wish you the best of luck, but the last thing in the world I'd ever want to piss off is Downfall. And they may well be finding out how that feels. And they may well also be finding out the reciprocation of it this Sunday at the Royal Rumble. I'm not saying that DIY have no reason to do what they're doing. They crave those tag team titles. They want to be the tag team champions more than anything else. What I am saying is that there is a point where it stops being bravery and starts being stupidity. And I wouldn't have done that against Downfall. I wouldn't have done that. Maybe DIY think, maybe there's a different reason why DIY did it, but honestly, I wouldn't have. That's just me, though. Nevertheless, we move on to our next contest of the evening here. It is going to be a triple threat contest between three men who we know are going to be in the Royal Rumble. Apollo Crews, Kenny Omega, and Adam Cole. What a chance this is for Crews, really. Put in the ring against two big names on ECW. The two-time King of the Ring winner in Kenny Omega. The former world champion, albeit for like 3 minutes, in Adam Cole. Of course, Crews qualified for the Royal Rumble last week by beating none other than the 2017 Royal Rumble winner himself, Tyler Breeze. That is colossal, whichever way you look at it. Breeze may have taken a fall from when he won that Rumble 2 years ago, but there is no ignoring the fact that despite all of that, he still won a Royal Rumble. That's all I'm saying. We found out, of course, as a result of the words from SmackDown General Manager Christian James on SmackDown Live that there are going to be two former winners of the Royal Rumble in this year's Royal Rumble. The very first winner, who was Samoa Joe, he'll be representing SmackDown Live, and last year's winner, Kazuchika Okada, will also be in the Royal Rumble, of course also representing SmackDown Live. The others who could have been in it are Tyler Breeze, he lost to Qualifier, and Austin Aries. He wasn't even picked. There we go. So, congratulations there, but as for now, we have this triple threat match on its way. Kenny Omega would love to win the Royal Rumble. There's no doubting that. Omega has achieved a lot of success within this universe. Former ECW television champion, former Intercontinental champion, 2 years back-to-back King of the Ring winner. Royal Rumble would be the next prize for Kenny Omega. And think about it. Omega wins at the Rumble. Rollins holds on to the title until Mania. We have Omega Rollins again. Come on. Everyone loved it at SummerSlam. Who wouldn't want to see that match one more time? But there may be a guy who wants to put a dent in that one, and that is... There is no doubt in my mind that Adam Cole would love that victory as well. Think about it. Cole has... he had his return, he had his huge moment when he finally came back to this universe on ECW. But since then, things have kind of been a little 50-50 for Adam Cole. Hit or miss, really. And, we saw that Cole has had his big moments. Like, he had pretty much two big moments in the same match. He had his hit, where he eliminated Braun Strowman in an open challenge to make sure that he was a new television champion. But he had his miss because he didn't win it. That was a match that, after that elimination, should have been Cole's to win. And he didn't win it. And that's his own, and that's a problem for Adam Cole. Consistency is key. And if he isn't able to capitalize on it, it's going to be hard for him to become not only the Royal Rumble winner, but probably the ECW champion. Depending on how things go at the Royal Rumble, depends maybe on where Adam Cole goes. There's no doubt about it that Cole has the love of the adoration of the Monday Night Raw crowd as well. You're not sure what I'm on about, of course. Depending on how the World Heavyweight title match goes, may depend on what Adam Cole does. Because there's a certain someone who could be closing in on a World Heavyweight title. And that certain someone is the reason why Adam Cole is no longer on Raw. We are ready to go here, though, in this triple threat contest. Huge chance for all three of these guys, really, to show what they are capable of, to show what they can do in this one. And a real standout chance for Apollo Crews to show as well just what he can do when he's in the ring against two of the biggest stars on ECW. I think I'll be, honestly, in this match, I might be paying attention to Crews more than the rest, because I think this is a very important time for Crews, a very important match for Apollo Crews, and it's a great chance to get his name out there. Kenny Omega, though, trying to get things going on the start, but oh, the strength of Crews there. Great stuff. That was a huge move there, and Adam Cole will try and take control in the turnbuckle now. Omega pulling out the counter. Nasty chop in the chest now by Kenny Omega, and another one to go with it there. 3 chops, not going to happen. Cole finds the counter to it. Crews is being smart here. I think this is a 4 horseman tactic. Just stay back and find the right moment to jump into things. Double backbreaker to Omega there. And as Omega rolls out of the ring, Apollo Crews now going to do battle with Adam Cole. Good chance for Crews here. Let's see what he'll do. Olympic slam there by Apollo Crews. He pretty much got into this as a result of Kurt Angle not being in the Royal Rumble, currently being out with injury. So he's certainly going to, a little bit of an homage there. Crews going up to the top rope. Going to take flight on Cole. Went for the splash there, but Adam Cole moved out of the way. 140 pound. Oh, look at that super kick by Cole. Timed that one perfectly. Crews, though, right place, right time to execute that slam as well. Apollo Crews doing a pretty good job right now of trying to get his name out there, but a V-trigger from Omega, and Crews is down on his luck a little bit right now. Kenny Omega in, brainbuster right down on that knee, and Crews is going to roll to the outside. That leaves Kenny Omega versus Adam Cole in the ring now. Two former members of Bullet Club. It was Adam Cole who evicted Omega and the Young Bucks from Bullet Club not long before its demise. So there could well still be bad blood between these two sides. Lovely German suplex by Adam Cole. Has him in now. Side dropping. Brainbuster there from Cole. Lifting up Kenny Omega, but Crews is back in this one, and he's going gung-ho for Kenny Omega there. Oh, but Adam Cole gonna make it pay. Last shot by Cole. Covers Apollo Crews here. Is it victory for Cole before the Royal Rumble? Not quite. Kick out at 2. And look at this though. Both men are down. It's a grand chance for Adam Cole to try and end things here. Omega getting up to his feet, however. But Adam Cole has his sights set on Apollo Crews right now. Knee in the face, digging it down there. Crews unable to fight that right now. He is maybe a little weak right now. Oh, good counter to the DDT there by Kenny Omega. And Omega now going to turn him round. What is Omega looking for? Is it One-Winged Angel? It is. It is. One-Winged Angel. But Crews is still in the ring, so there's no hope of a victory yet for Kenny Omega. Big boot in the face though from Kenny. Super kick to Crews. He mistimed it, misjudged it, and Omega is sent reeling with that back suplex. Crews sees the opportunity in front of him. Cover Adam Cole. He could be on for victory. He covers Cole. Is it enough? No, took too long. And as a result of it, a kick out at 2 is what happens. Standing shooting star press from Apollo Crews though. 245 pounds, almost a perfect athlete in so many ways. Adam Cole, super kick! Super kick by Cole, flushing him out of midair there. Look at this though by Omega, comes back in the ring, has Cole, and there's a leg drop there, reverse leg drop to him, and Omega stands tall right now, only briefly, counter by Cole. It's been a thrilling triple threat match, but Cole and Omega really stealing the show right now with everything going on between them. Omega! V-trigger! He covers Cole. Is it enough? No! Adam Cole kicks out at 2. Apollo Crews slowly trying to get up to his feet right now. And Omega fired up here. Clotheslines there. And Crews hits with one of his own. Apollo Crews now could see something. Look at this. Roll up by Crews. Trying to get one over on Omega. But what an early kick out there from Kenny Omega. As if to say, no, that's just not happening. Oh, big leaping knee as well. And Crews having to retort to going outside of the ring here. Cole still down as a result of that V-trigger. Adam Cole looked to duck under there. But Kenny Omega just had him red and hit him big with that clothesline as a result of it. Omega now. Look at the strength of him. Deadlift. Sit out power bomb. Into the cover. Adam Cole's hand underneath that bottom rope though. Good call by the ref. Omega definitely looking for a way to end this one right now. But Apollo Crews looking for a way to win this one as well. He's still in this thing. What we're going to see from Crews now. Holding Omega up in the air. Look at this from Crews. Delayed vertical suplex. Kenny Omega can do nothing but just kick his legs around. Great elbow drop as well by Crews. Picking Adam Cole back up to his feet here. Cole has been beaten down in many ways in this match, but he ain't giving up. Cole is a fighter, and he illustrated that right there. Super kick. Cole now. Florida key on Apollo Crews. 1, 2... And a kick out at 2 from Apollo Crews. Sensational from him. I thought that was it then, I really did. But Crews showing his heart, showing everything that he's possessing before the Royal Rumble. And Adam Cole might be looking to make him pay for it. Ushi-Garoshi to Apollo Crews, who goes out of the ring and leaves Omega and Cole to battle once more. Cole with a chin lock applied here. Honestly, I thought Panama Sunrise might have been in the calling. Chin lock applied on Omega. Not going to tap out, though, of course, is the King of the Ring winner. Omega instead going to capitalize. He's right place, right time. Kreutzrath maybe. Yes, Kreutzrath connects. And it's a perfect time to go in for the cover. Into the count he goes. Cruz misjudging it, and Kenny Omega wins. Cruz might have thought that coming in off the top rope would have been quicker, but I think the fatigue had got to him by that point. And Kenny Omega heads into the Royal Rumble with a huge, huge win to his name. Pinning Adam Cole as well. And the unlucky run for Cole continues on right now. Omega, however, reveling as he finally bounces back from his loss at New Year's Revolution. Oh, let's not gloss over Apollo Crews in that one. He did good. Crews, honestly, might be an underdog, a dark horse in that Royal Rumble. Keep your eye on him. I'm liking Apollo Crews, and I bet the Horsemen are very happy with his performance as well. It's a win for Omega, though. Could we be saying the same this Sunday? And could we be in for Rollins Omega 3? Yes, please. It's time for our next contest of the evening, though, between a man who has already qualified for the Royal Rumble and a man who was the runner-up in it. It is going to be Mustafa Ali and Zack Gibson. It was a 5-man battle royal last week between Ali, Zack Gibson, Cedric Alexander, Buddy Murphy, and Zack Sabre Jr. It was between Ali and Gibson at the very end. And it was sad to say for Ali, but he was the one who was eliminated last. He was the one who felt that gut-wrenching defeat. And as a result of it, Ali is not on his way to the Royal Rumble, but Zack Gibson is, giving another man in the match for the British Empire and a whopping 6% chance of victory for them. I know, it's a huge number. But there is Mustafa Ali, still ready to go in this one, still ready to have his match with Zack Gibson. Ali has had bad blood with the British Empire almost his entire time here in this universe. It's most notably been with Zack Sabre Jr., but it continues on here tonight with Zack Gibson. So long as it's a member of the British Empire, Mustafa Ali has bad blood with them. And honestly, I'm not really that opposed to that view. It makes sense. It does. Gibson ready to go here, though. All for one and one for all, essentially. Gibson heads out alone, though. No Zack Sabre Jr. by his side. No Neville. No McIntyre. But he heads towards the ring, knowing he is in the Royal Rumble, and that's going to be pretty good for Liverpool's number one, considering only, was it about 3 months ago, he came into this universe. And now him and Neville could assist in a British Empire victory. We will see, though. Gibson heading towards the ring, and there's got to be a confidence level to Zack Gibson right now. And if you're Mustafa Ali and you're watching and head towards the ring, how much does your blood start to boil? How much do you hate the sight of this man? Not only is this man the reason why you're not in the Royal Rumble, but this man is the reason that he embodies the British Empire. The reason why Ali is not the Cruiserweight champion, most importantly. It's got to get to him. It really has to. But Ali now definitely going to be ready for this one. Definitely going to be ready to finally sustain another victory over a member of the British Empire. And let's see just what will happen here between these two finely tuned athletes. We are ready to go between them, and Ali ready to start striking as well. Big forearms, big chops, big strikes in the early goings. Gibson, however, stops him in his tracks. They're wrist controlled. Northern Lights suplex, but that ain't going to keep Ali down. He is definitely fired up in these early goings. Nice kick in the gut there. Ali misses with the kick, but still had time to try and recoup. Gibson just controlling Ali there. Gibson always on the cusp of 205 for that Cruiserweight division. Right now he is over. He's about 280 weighed in today. Big super kick there by Ali. Let's see what will happen right now. Nice twisting neck breaker there by Ali. He's going to go up high here very early on. He's feeling it within him. Ali going to go up here. Oh, big counter to the frog splash there. Knees in the gut. And Gibson going to be very glad that it ended up going that way. Back elbow. Snapmares out of the turnbuckle. Look at this from Gibson. Oh, elbow drop right in the back of the neck there. The collarbone. Just being worked over there by Gibson with a very effective maneuver. Lifts him up to his feet. Gibson has him in control right now, has to be said, but Ali ain't going to stay down. Not if he can do anything to stop it. enziguri there, and Gibson goes down. Let's see what Ali can do right now. Full Nelson. No transitions. Reverse DDT. Nicely done there by Ali. So transitioning going on there. Super kick again, and down goes Gibson. Ali goes into the cover, looking to try and put things away here. I think he got a 1 count on that one. Gibson right up to his feet in the front face lock. Not too sure how well controlling the arm is of Mustafa Ali, considering he's a cruiserweight, but if you think that's a good idea, then go for it. Gibson lifts him up once more, and again Ali able to catch the boot and stop him and drag him as well. Oh, wait a minute. What's this all about? Zack Sabre Jr. up on the stage. The main rival of Ali is gunning it towards the ring. He's getting a sledgehammer and all. Is there going to be a fight between these two guys? There certainly is. The fight is on right now. And here they go, brawling with one another. Ali making Sabre Jr. pay for that one. That assist backfired. And Sabre Jr. goes out of the ring as a result of it. Oh, Gibson in with a counter though, and lariats him into the turnbuckle. Has he now been taken off his mindset as a result of the interference from Sabre Jr.? Oh, look at this. ZSJ coming back in the ring briefly, but I think he might have just been perfectly enough to cause the distraction necessary to make sure this didn't go the way of Ali. Throwing off his game now was Mustafa Ali by that. Gibson going to be hoping, though, he's got enough to win it right here, right now. Ali still in this one, but he has got to be very well thrown off his game. Countered the sledgehammer attempt, but still, he fell. He had to turn his back on Gibson, and that was his undoing. Hammerlock DDT. And Gibson can end the match when he sees fit now, tearing at the gum, tearing at the cheeks, whatever it is. Yanking away at it there was Zack Gibson. Zack Sabre Jr. standing up on the top of the ramp, knowing that what is happening right now is a result of his distraction and his own work. And Gibson will capitalize. Helter Skelter. Covers Ali. There's 2, and there is 3. Zack Sabre Jr. granting victory for Gibson, all because of his interference. Ali was able to fight it off, yes. But even then, the mind games and the physical games of the British Empire cannot be combated in a 2-on-1 scenario. They are making sure it is all good for them heading into this Sunday at the Royal Rumble. Sabre Jr. might not be there this Sunday, but he's doing everything in his power to make sure that it's good news for the Empire heading into it. Will it be good news for them coming out of this main event? However, we will find out. Here we go. Main event of the evening. Coming up next, Naito versus McIntyre. Well, it is time for our main event of the evening, and it wouldn't surprise me if things try to go the same way they just did there, albeit with a man who probably won't really care if that tries to happen. Naito heading towards the ring for battle here. This is the first time we've seen Naito since New Year's Revolution as well. Of course, he suffered a defeat to Andrade Cien Almas, which was very questionable for Naito. You know, he had to, his former Los Ingobernables member, man he used to see as an ally, as a friend, but that all kind of turned out of the window upon Andrade's arrival here on ECW. Naito was very frustrated with what happened, but he knows that he has to move on. He's not going to be El Ingobernable getting caught up in the past, getting caught up in business that is certainly, in the mind of Andrade, surpassed him. Nevertheless, we are ready to go here between these two. Good main event opportunity for Naito. Great chance for him to get his name back out there. And of course, a good chance for momentum heading into this Sunday, but the same can be said for McIntyre, who's got to be riding the biggest wave of momentum on ECW right now. Bigger than Andrade's, bigger than Jay White's. Because McIntyre last week pinned the ECW champion. Did he roll him up? Yes. Did he not hit the Claymore kick or the Freak Shock DDT? Yes. But did he pin him? Yes. And you know, everyone knows watching this that I am the biggest Rollins fan out there. Even I can admit he lost. Is that going to happen this Sunday though? No. No, it won't. No. It just won't. It's not going to happen this Sunday. There's no chance it's going to happen this Sunday. There is nothing that McIntyre can do to take that title away from Rollins, and I stand by that. It's just not going to happen. Not a chance it's going to happen. McIntyre can think it as much as he wants, but there's a difference between thinking something and knowing something. And I know that Rollins is walking out in the Royal Rumble, Philadelphia, still the ECW champion, still continuing his historic reign, and still going on to WrestleMania. And nothing is stopping him. Not Drew McIntyre, not Kenny Omega, not Neville, no one in the British Empire, and certainly not a man who seems destined to try and take that title away from him, and that prick is not going to get named. But you all know who I'm on about. McIntyre, though, ready for this action with Naito, as am I, to be fair. You know, I've been calling McIntyre the star, and he's been kind of accepting that nickname as of late. He's certainly had a surge of momentum coming his way these last few months. The sole survivor at Survivor Series with 3 of the 4 eliminations, the victory over Kenny Omega at New Year's Revolution, becoming the number 1 contender to the ECW Championship, and now last week with that victory over Rollins in the tag team match, pinning him outright to really cement the point that the British Empire are a formidable faction on ECW, but there is reason to doubt Rollins losing his title. I'm not saying it's smart, I'm not saying it's logistical reason, but there is reason nonetheless. Will it come to fruition? Find out this Sunday, where the answer will be no. Nevertheless, let's focus on this evening, let's focus on this action right now. McIntyre and Naito colliding here in the main event. 2 different goals on their mind. For McIntyre, it's becoming the ECW champion. For Naito, it's winning the Royal Rumble and going to the main event at WrestleMania. Naito had a great performance in last year's Royal Rumble. A standout performer. Maybe hoping for the same here again this Sunday, in order to walk out with a Royal Rumble win under his belt. Of course, the numbers game is also what proves vital. Yes, someone has won from number 1. Wade Barrett did do that in 2016, but at the same time, I'm not 100% certain that it'll work again. Because then the next lowest number from that is number 17, or 18 rather, with Tyler Breeze. I called it 17 last week because I found out it was number 18. My apologies there. You know, and then you've got number 28. I think number 28 has won it twice, and number 30 has won it once. 28 being Samoa Joe, I believe, in the first one, and Kazuchika Okada last year. Number 30 being Austin Aries in 2015. So it's all about those numbers. That's for certain. Oh, reverse Alabama slam there by McIntyre. Naito hitting the mat face first. El Ingo Bernable not off to a shining of a start as we've seen him in these last few months. Of course, it wasn't that long ago that Naito was trying to take the title away from Rollins at the series finale at No Way Out back in October. Of course, spoilers, he failed. As has everyone for the last 520 days, I believe it is now. It's outstanding, isn't it? Now 130 days ahead, or thereabouts, ahead of Bobby Fish's reign. It's outstanding. And it'll continue on this Sunday as well, whatever McIntyre or the British Empire believe. Nice little reverse figure 4 by Naito there. Huge headbutt there by McIntyre. Caught him right in the nose, I think, but Naito able to counter his way out of it. Good drop toe hold there from Naito, but he's unable to take full advantage of it. Stopped by McIntyre. Stun gun there as well. Throat colliding with the ropes there, and Drew McIntyre just going out. He's ruthless right now. Good counter here from Naito. I think McIntyre might have been looking for the pile driver. Naito put the stop on it. And McIntyre really putting the brakes on that one there. Clubbing blow in the back. Naito having to roll out to the apron here. Suplex back in the ring on its way. Not if Naito sees fit, and he will not. Naito getting his way out of that one. And look at this now. Naito going up high. That is a long way to fly, but it won't stop him from hitting a big splash there. Nice to see it from Naito of all people. Let's see what he'll do here. Gloria. Is it Gloria? I can't remember if this is Gloria or not. Oh, God. Naito's probably going to flick my head if I get this wrong. The Koji clutch, regardless of it, is still applied here. McIntyre can see the ropes, but he can't reach them, but he won't tap out. That elbow kept McIntyre down there, as you saw. kept Naito down there, as you saw. And McIntyre using that to his advantage. This time, he will connect with the pile driver. And Naito now going to need to think up something here to try and stop McIntyre in his path. And there it is, kick in the gut there. Destino has been denied by Drew McIntyre. You knew he was thinking Destino, but you knew it got denied as well. McIntyre flying forearm in the turnbuckle right now. Naito, though, counters him again. Forearms ablaze here. Chinlock takedown. McIntyre feeling a little bit frustrated as a result of it. Rolling out of the ring here. And Tranquilo starting to set in for Naito. He can't get too fired up. That may cost him. McIntyre just using his aggression right now to take control. Where Naito likes to stay tranquilo to not get too aggressive or to get too blinded. McIntyre almost utilizes it to the best of his ability whenever possible. That is how Naito operates. And right into that forearm there, though, did Tetsuya Naito. And McIntyre now looking to hit big, belly-to-belly attempt. Good counter from Naito. Their clubbing blows gets him out of that one. Give credit to Naito right now. He is looking good. He is making it annoying for McIntyre to really cement his claim ahead of this Sunday. That being said, this one still isn't over. Naito still has time to really cement things by putting a loss on McIntyre's record, or McIntyre has plenty of time as well to beat down Naito and make sure that he won't survive the Claymore kick or the... Oh my, look at this. Delayed vertical superplex. Naito simply a passenger to that one. What a move from McIntyre. And it's safe to say now that McIntyre is in control of Naito here. Look at this, stomping away on him now repeatedly. Wait a minute! That's the theme of Seth Rollins! Is Rollins here? Is Rollins in the building? Oh, and the distraction by Rollins has paved the way for Naito! Destino! Destino to McIntyre! Never turn your back on El Ingobernable! Naito beats McIntyre, and Rollins' distraction paid perfect dividends. McIntyre fell for the tricks, and Naito wins because of it. That was genius. If that was Rollins, that was incredible. And all that it's done is really put a damper on McIntyre's momentum. Rollins getting one over and getting revenge for last week. And now it is all to play for this Sunday. That was great by Rollins. Could he pay for it this Sunday, though? I'll be honest, I very much doubt it. We will be there, though. The Royal Rumble just a few days away, and this evening's action comes to a close. What a night to talk about here. And we will see some big action coming your way this Sunday. Who will walk out of Philadelphia with the ECW Championship? We'll find out. Who will walk out as the Royal Rumble winner and a ticket to the main event of WrestleMania? We will find out all this Sunday. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys. And ta-ra.